All right, so a couple of years down the road, um, you're hanging out. You are slightly on edge.
What is why?
Um, so there's a couple things happening lately that are kind of causing you some concern, to be honest with you. There's been like a uprise of like shady characters in your neighborhood.
Oh,
There was
I
this,
live up at the top of a big hill. We don't get a lot of people walking up our hill.
well, that's the thing is the hill people have started to kind of take a turn for, I guess, the odd.
What do you mean the hill people
The people of the hill, the people who,
on my street?
yeah, the people on your street have started to kind of see themselves almost like hill tribesmen.
Pat, I live within eyesight of downtown Los Angeles.
Right.
The house from the end of Training Day is on my street. We're not a tribes people.
And that house from Training Day has kind of become the like unofficial, official meeting place of the hill people, as you've all started calling yourselves. You're
I'm
a
not
little
calling myself a hill person.
Well, you don't have to. You're a little weirded out by it, but you're like, whatever. I mean, it's not like anything bad happens to you, but definitely there's been some strangeness. There's a guy who's been going around your street just unlocking everyone's door.
Ah, is that like
He
a
doesn't
locksmith?
No one's really sure how he does it, but he's been going around and he is just unlocking things in general. So it's not
Not
just
breaking
like
in. He's just
no,
picking locks.
yeah, but the thing is that the next day, whenever someone's door has been unlocked by this guy, they're calling it the Great Unlocking.
Jesus Christ.
And what he does is he goes to like people's homes on the hill or cars, um, different things. If there's a lock, this guy can figure out how to unlock it. And it's a thing where he's not stealing anything necessarily,
Yeah.
but
He's just picking locks, and is he breaking in as well, or is he just
no,
like disengaging the lock?
just disengaging that lock, baby. And it's not like when people look at it the next day, it's been like broken or cracked or anything like that.
Yeah.
It looks completely normal. It actually starts running like a little bit smoother.
The lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the great unlocking is going down. Uh so that kind of has you feeling like a little bit odd, you know.
Yeah, but also like I would just think that like, oh, maybe a roommate left the door unlocked. I wouldn't presume I was the victim of the great unlocking.
It's such a known thing in your neighborhood that people are on the lookout for it. So, and like you guys get on like you guys have your own kind of like next door type of thing, you know what I'm talking about?
Like a Discord or something that
I
we're
just
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
I don't want to be a part of the Hill People's Discord.
It's
I'm
called
sorry.
it's called Happenings on the Hill.
No, I'm
And
definitely not.
well, you go on there just to you only go on there like a few times just to be like, hey guys, like just so you know,
I'm
my
interacting. I'm not just lurking.
you're like my back door was unlocked last night. I'm pretty sure. Just let you guys should know. Everyone checks in and they let you know when the guy is struck.
This
But
sucks. They're Hill people.
yeah,
But we have a fucking Discord.
well, yeah. I mean, it's not like you guys. It's not like you guys shun technology or anything. I mean, there's
You called us a
definitely,
primitive tribe earlier, Pat.
well, yeah, but a
But
primitive
we got a
tribe.
goddamn Discord.
Yeah, you guys got Wi-Fi. People go, and like they say stuff like, just because we're hill people don't mean we don't got learnings. So you're living amongst the hill people. and you're kind of bummed out. You're gonna go to a concert that night, except it got canceled. It
Okay.
it's like outlaw country. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You feel like this is the
Yeah.
last of the true outlaw country artists. The old singing that old school type of country that just does it for you.
I mean, there's like a revival of that style of music right now.
Yeah,
Now's a good time to be into that.
so it's a style of music, but this guy actually lives the life of an outlaw. He
Okay.
when he goes on tour, at every tour stop, he robs a bank.
Oh God.
So he finally got caught in Los Angeles, and so they ended up canceling the concert because of him going to jail for
For robbing a bank in Los Angeles.
yeah. So you're kind of like already on edge and feeling kind of like slightly depressed and stuff. Then
Yeah.
suddenly there's a knock on the door.
Oh man.
You hear night mail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Night mail.
suddenly you're like, oh, cool, night mail. This must be something good.
All
What do you
right.
do?
I open the door. Am I expecting anything or
No.
okay, yeah, then I just open the door and receive my night mail.
So you open the door and it's a like a cardboard box, like an upright, very tall cardboard box.
How tall are we talking?
Um, how tall are you?
Like 5'9", ladies.
This is also 5'9". It's actually perfectly your height to the point where for just a second, when you see the cardboard box, for a second, it's almost like you see yourself.
Is this box like as wide as I am too? Or is this are we talking is this like, hey, this could be a flagpole situation.
No, no,
This is like a human sized this is like an Aaron sized box
it's an Aaron
on my front
size,
porch
yeah, an Aaron
and
size
shaped.
box as far as
Oh
length
fuck.
and as far as like width. It's
Great.
just you.
It's humiliating, I bet, to look at. I bet when I look at it, I just go, God damn it.
You
You know,
do
what
for
happened to
just
you?
yeah, for just a second.
Yeah.
But you're like, well, okay, that's weird. It's just like there's clearly some kind of weird association that you had with this box. And so you you pull it inside, close your front door. You close the front door with your butt. You do like a side hip thing.
Yeah, I popped it. I popped the clothes before.
Sure. You're doing laundry. So the only thing that
Aaron's doing laundry.
the only thing
That's
that
what
you're
I
wearing,
say to myself when I do laundry.
really?
Sorry. Yeah,
Uh,
like dirty laundry.
and you had kind of sung that to yourself earlier. You actually have been working on like a full length version of it.
Oh, I have
So
a first verse for it and everything.
can we hear it?
Absolutely not.
It goes like, Aaron's doing laundry because it's covered in shit. Aaron's doing laundry. I can't wait to see it nice and clean on my skin. Nice and clean on my skin.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, you kind of like hum that to yourself actually as you like close the door with that supple tush of yours. Do you open the box?
How heavy is it?
It feels the exact same weight as like yourself.
Fuck, man. I gotta drag this fat ass box into my house. God, I don't like this at all. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. I'm not gonna feel comfortable moving this thing that weighs that much. Like I think I'm probably gonna tip it over. So I'm probably like grabbing a box cutter and cutting it open on the porch, see what the fuck it is.
So you tip it over and you grab a. You recently got a box cutter for your birthday.
My birthday is coming up.
Birthday box cutter
Okay. I've
on
had worse.
the handle of it, the grip. It's It's pure ivory.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so you get that birthday box cutter and you open it up. And inside this box, looking back at you, is a very familiar sight.
What the fuck, Pat?
It looks exactly like you. It's like a figure that is, again, your exact proportion. It's actually like also wearing white boxers with red hearts on them. You've been doing laundry, so that's like all you're wearing right now.
So I'm like, wait, you mean I'm on my front porch inside of all the hill people and I'm only wearing boxers, cutting open a life-size statue of me that is also only wearing boxers?
Yeah. And one of the
All
hill
right,
people,
I'm not going outside without a shirt on, Pat. I'm just not
one of the,
doing that.
yeah, but it's not like the weirdest thing that people see on the hill, you know? Like one of the hill people walk by when they see you doing it, and they kind of look up at you and they kind of like give you a quizzical look, and you go, "Aaron's doing laundry," and he goes, yeah, he like sings that back to you. Like everyone's aware of the song because you sing it very loudly. So the thing like inside the box like blinks and like sits up and looks at you and it goes, "Hello, Aaron. I am the Aaron Bot 3000." Like now it's like standing erect, you know?
Wait.
Like standing upright. Like he was
Oh, okay.
yeah, not with an erection. He's a robot. And so he goes, "This will explain everything." And he like goes extends his hand and in it is like a piece of paper. So you're like, "The hell?" Like you grab it, and you look at it. And it turns out that you have like a cousin, I guess, that you just never met, you never knew about. You kind of like vaguely had heard his name once or twice over the years, but like you don't really know exactly how you're related to him or like what the deal is. But this cousin, Brendan Fist, he recently died. He tripped and fell into a wheat thresher. And so
Oh God.
in his last will and testament, it's like I bequeath to my cousin Aaron, to cousin Aaron, the Aaron Bot 3000. Turns
Why does
out,
my distant cousin, who I've never met, have a robot that looks just like me, is dressed just like me at the specific moment that I meet him? Like,
so
what the fuck is going on?
so it turns out that he is a inventor, you know, and
Was
well, he was, yeah, before his unfortunate
wheat
demise.
thresher.
Yeah, he was he was going for like a run, you know, and he slipped on a banana peel and just went face first into this wheat thresher.
Wait, he wasn't, hang on a second. He wasn't like working a field
No,
or anything. He was running and slipped into this piece of heavy machinery because he slipped on a banana peel on a run. Why is there a wheat thresher so close to a running route?
I'm just telling you what happens.
That's
So
fucking ridiculous, Pat.
so the last will testament is like, so basically it explains that he was this very shy inventor who recently created this, you know, he was in the android business, and so he created an android. There's no, he doesn't really explain why it looks like you or like anything like that. I guess maybe he did some research and found, you know, found out that he had a cousin or something like that, or maybe he found you through your hit stand-up comedy record Secrets, and then realized, holy shit, that's cousin Aaron. Like, I don't know. All I know is that in front of you is a gleaming android that looks exactly like you, the Aaron Bot 3000. And there's
What does
a,
it do?
so there's an instruction manual that comes with it. And so like you open it up and it's like it's very short, it's very concise. It's to the point, which you do appreciate, even though you're still a little confused about everything. It just says, He'll do whatever you ask him to do, buddy.
Rod.
And then there's one more page. You flip it open, and it says anything, and it's like underlined several times. So
It's a gross implication.
The Aaron Bot 3000 like looks at you. He's like, "What would you have me do, Aaron?"
Go inside. Get off the fucking porch. You're in your goddamn underwear. That's what I tell him.
He goes, "Initiating entrance."
That's how slowly he moves.
Yeah, he's a remarkably slow android. And
This thing sounds like it's going to be a burden.
so that's the thing. You kind of think that at first, but over the next few weeks, you start to kind of get used to the Airbot 3000. You start kind of figuring out how to use it, you know, what its functions are, what it can do, because it can do quite a bit. It's
Probably having it cook for me. I'm probably going to take like manual tasks and stuff off my plate with it.
yeah,
Yeah, right? I mean, that just makes sense.
yeah.
Can it do
So
my job for me?
you attempted it one day, but it did not end well.
All right.
You're doing like customer support like over the phone. And so you
Yeah.
were like you just had them like observe you for like a few
Yeah.
days so it could like kind of learn like what it's supposed to do. And then it like you have like sit down and stuff and sit in front of the computer and you're like, "All right, well, um congrats on your first day. Good luck." And like you left and stuff and kind of just left it alone. And so the only day that it did your job, like the first phone call it got, they were like, it was like, "Hello, this is Aaron speaking. How may I be of assistance?"
Well, I wouldn't do that then, Pat. I wouldn't recognize that like this thing has a communication level that it like is less than what my job requires.
Yeah, but you're like you have no respect for the people that you
Are
work
you
with.
fucking kidding me?
You're
That's
like
not
these guys
true
are
at
so
all.
well, no, I mean like the people who call you, like you don't give a fuck about these people, and so you're like most of them have really stupid questions, and so you're like you say, I mean my fucking robot can definitely handle these stupid people, and so the Aaronbot 3000 is like, how can I help you with your problem, stupid? And you're like, oh no, and so it didn't really go very well.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put the robot in that kind of a position. Nor my company, the people I work with have to clean up after that shit. No
Yeah,
thanks. I would try to figure out something that else that it could do. I don't know.
yeah. So you have it do stuff like you have it like clean the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, you it's programmed to change your oil too. So you it can do like physical maintenance on your car and fix your computer and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's just customer service is not its strong point.
Sure.
So you end up becoming not like close with the Aaronbot 3000, but you definitely get used to it and you definitely start to kind of figure out your relationship with this thing, you know?
Yeah.
One day, one morning, like a few weeks after you get it, you wake up and it's like sitting in a chair right next to your bed, the way it always is.
Okay.
It's like, good morning, Aaron. Did you dream? The only thing that the robot does that even though you've attempted to get it to stop doing this, it won't. You every morning that you wake up, the robot asks about your dreams, like because it has no, you know what I mean, it has no context for that because it's a robot,
Sure.
and so it has you describe your dreams and the way you make you feel and stuff. And so you're like, you didn't have a dream that night or anything, and so you tell it that, and it's like, God damn it. So you jump out of bed that morning, ready.
Robot is disappointed that I didn't dream.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
It's kind of the highlight of its day is hearing about your dreams.
That sucks. That's very sad. I take pity on this robot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like a very bleak existence.
I guess, but I mean, like you guys start having some, pretty good times. Like you guys watch TV together and stuff, and you have to
Oh, great.
but it has no context for like humor, and so you have to like explain the jokes and stuff like that.
What a
S-
fucking chore. That sounds
So,
awful. That sounds fucking terrible.
so you
I
guys
have to
watch,
explain in my dreams and teach her what comedy is.
yeah, you guys. So you watch like an episode of like Always Sunny or whatever, and like
Okay.
Charlie will say something ridiculous or whatever, and you'll laugh, and then the robot will be like query, and you'll go, oh, here's why it's funny, and then it goes,
Normally, you peel the sticker off of the fruit, you know?
yeah, and then like every time you do that, its eyes will like when it's like thinking about something and processing something, the eyes glow red and they flash between like red and black. You know what I mean? And then it goes affirmative. Ha 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 ha. Ha.
Sucks. That man says haha that many times.
Yeah.
God damn.
Your phone rings. You look down. It's just a bright blue L. Do you answer?
Yeah, I guess.
They're like, oh, hello, Aaron. My name is Bradley Casanova, and I am calling from the Android division of the Lanalax Corporation. Do you have a minute?
Yeah. Bradley Casanova.
He's like, Aaron, we understand that a former employee of ours recently has gifted you with an Android.
Yeah, it would appear that way.
It's like, well, uh, just so you know, that Android hasn't been, it needs upkeep. You need to like, it needs like constant repairs and constant updates and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's gonna start breaking down. So, basically, I'm just saying, why don't you bring it in and we'll take a look at it and make sure that everything is working correctly.
I mean,
How's
I don't
how's
do
today sound?
I'm not lugging this Android around to you. Can you send somebody to come take a look at it? Like I don't want to you can't just say, "Hey, this is gonna fuck up if you don't do things," and then expect me to like do it at the drop of a hat. Like,
Yeah. Your doorbell rings. You're like, what?
God damn it.
You look out the window and like, or look at like the eye hole or whatever, and standing on your front porch is like this guy holding a phone to his ear, and this guy looks suave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
He's like,
am I to presume this is Brandon Casanova?
well, what do you do? I mean, do you answer the
Yeah, answer the door while I'm on the phone.
yeah, he hangs up. He's like, "Hey, what's up, Aaron?" He goes, "Yeah, so I'm here to just do some routine maintenance."
Were you just outside my house?
He laughs.
That's not an answer to my question. Were you just outside my house?
He was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to like trying to help you out, you know?" He like laughs again.
I tell him to stay there and I go get the Aaronbot 3000 from my room. I
The
tell him to
sec
put clothes on.
Oh no, yeah, well,
And
yeah. So the second time that he laughs as you turn away, you see like a squirrel fall dead from like a tree.
what the fuck, Pat?
So you walk back in and you have like the Aaron Bot 3000 get dressed and stuff like that. And so do you invite Bradley Casanova in to take a look, or do
No,
you
he's staying on the porch. All Android activity happens on the porch, as far as I'm concerned.
sure. And so you bring him out and he's like, all right, so I'm gonna have to shut the robot down for like just a sec, just so you know. Is that Do I have your permission to do so?
What are you doing to it?
He's like, I just got to do some maintenance. He's like, it's technical stuff you wouldn't understand. He winks at you.
I go, how the fuck do I know that you're like legitimate, that this is like a Lanalax android? It was bequeathed to me in a will from a late cousin that I didn't know about who died because he fell into a wheat thresher while on a run.
He's like,
And then
oh,
he
well,
showed up and he was wearing the same clothes that I had on, which was barely anything.
he
It's
goes, well, yeah.
humiliating.
He goes, yeah, if I shut it down, I can like show you like,
Fine, shut it down and show me.
um, he takes out like a piece of broccoli and like puts it in the android's mouth and he goes, "Brrr," and like shuts down.
Broccoli?
Yeah. And so, he touches like the belly button of the android and it like the
Oh,
chest, like
gross.
the, and the chest like opens up, and like there's all these like high tech gadgets and like stuff like that inside there. And he goes, "Yeah, take a look here." And then it says like inside on like the wall of the robot, it says like Lanalax Corporation, and underneath that, soon.
Okay. So yeah, update the droid. What is this? This is just a maintenance thing? Like what is this doing? What are you doing to it? It's just a software update?
He's like, "Yeah, it's a software update, and it's going to improve its mobility and stuff like that." I don't know. Maybe you've noticed it moves kind of slowly.
Yeah,
So he's like, yeah, so it's basically just that. So give me like I don't know, give me like 5 minutes.
fine.
He goes, what's your
That's
Wi-Fi?
fine.
And you're like, Aaron Rules 69 is the name of your Wi-Fi network.
I have
So
roommates. I'm not
so
naming it that.
he clicks on it and you're like, the password is, and he's like, oh, I got it. And then like he just like
What the fuck do you mean I got it?
connects
This
to the
guy just is
Wi-Fi
outside my
immediately.
place and he has my Wi-Fi password? Why did he need to know what network it was if he already had the fucking password? Is this guy just putting on airs?
He puts on like headphones while he works, so he doesn't like if you like say stuff to him, like he doesn't hear you. Um, you see him just kind of like fiddle with the knobs and stuff like that for actually 5 minutes on the dot, and then he goes, "All right," closes the chest. He goes, "Aaron, do you have any questions about the android or anything I can help you with?" Or
How did you know my Wi-Fi password?
he's like, he just kind of like smiles and he goes, "We have our ways, Mister
I
Brooks."
don't feel comfortable with any of this.
He
I don't
goes,
like this one bit.
he goes, "All right, well, have a good one." He takes a piece of broccoli out of the android's mouth and he goes, so he walks away and stuff, and you go back inside. That night, you're the Aaronbot 3000, and it's true. It is moving around. It's moving like normally. It's actually moving like very quick. It's like quicker than you are. It's at this point, it's like very agile and it can like stick to walls and stuff. And so that night,
Those are two very different things. Having like advanced agility and then the ability to stick to walls. Like he like gave this android superpowers.
yeah.
What do you mean he could stick? He can just like Spider-Man stick to a wall.
So you go into you like that night you take a shower and stuff like that and you come back downstairs and he's still in the kitchen like he was making you dinner earlier, but
Yeah.
when you walk in he's now like stuck to like the wall like Spider-Man like waiting for you. He sees you come in and he goes Aaron and like drops to the ground again. And that evening he has prepared for you the most perfectly cooked cut of steak that you've ever had in your fucking life. And it's so good and the meat is so delicious that it you feel like it puts you to sleep like immediately. The next
I don't like
day,
this.
the next day you wake up and you're like, you like stretch, you know what I mean? You look at the Hill People Discord and they're like the big thing that they're talking about is that across the street from you, like the house across the street, on their they were like robbed that night, and all of their like jewelry and shit like that is missing. And they had like a also like their pet hamster is also gone. So you're like, huh,
I don't like this.
that's kind of weird.
I don't like this one bit.
Get out of bed. You walk downstairs. There is a your favorite style of omelet waiting for you. The Aaronbot 3000 is in the kitchen, like whistling. On the kitchen counter, in one of those like running wheels, is like a hamster,
I go, Aaron Bot, what the fuck happened?
and he
Did you
goes,
rob somebody's home last night?
and he just like laughs. He's like, "What do you mean,
I
baby?"
mean, did you rob somebody's fucking home? It's a yes or no question. There's a hamster that was stolen from somewhere, and now there's a hamster on our fucking kitchen counter.
He's like,
What did
"Oh,"
you do?
he goes, "Daddy, oh, I bought this myself."
No, you didn't. You don't have any fucking money. You're a robot. You stole this from our neighbor, and now everybody's pissed off. They're all in the Discord.
And he like, and you notice as he's talking to you that he is like stuck like jewels like in place of like several teeth.
I can see your Julie teeth. Like, this is not right. You can't steal. You stole a hamster. You
He's
stole
like,
jewels.
he goes, "I'll give it back,
Give
babe."
it, but go give it back now. Go give it back now.
Yeah.
Or I'm calling the Casanova guy. I'm calling him because
So
this is I'm gonna call him anyway.
okay. So you call him. He answers the phone. He's like, "Hello, this is Bradley Casanova. How can I sweep you off your feet?"
I say number one, that's fucking gross. Don't do that to people. Number two, what did you put in my droid? Because he robbed my neighbors and stole a hamster and he's got somebody's jewels all in his mouth. What the fuck did you do to him?
He's like, "Oh, I just, gave him the update. I mean, that's kind of weird." He
He
goes,
robbed my fucking neighbors. What part of the update is that?
he goes, "All right, hang on. I'll take a look at it." Your doorbell rings. Standing on the
I look
porch, it's Bradley Casanova.
this fucking guy. Why is he always outside my house? I open the door. I go, wait there.
He's like, "Definitely."
And I go get the Aaron bot and I say, hey, go back out and see this guy.
He's like, "All right, man." He goes out there, and you see him do the same thing. Broccoli in the mouth, pushes the belly button, chest opens up, and you see him kind of like fiddle around and do some stuff. Closes it, removes the broccoli, leaves. That night, the Aaronbot 3000 makes you spaghetti and meatballs. Tender, delectable
We're
meatballs.
just gonna skip over this guy on my fucking porch. And I go, what did you do? He
Well, he
stole
like
from my neighbors.
he like walked away like after he like
No, I'm not gonna let him just fucking walk away. I'm gonna
well
say, hey man, what you want to tell me what the fuck's going on here?
so the
This
reason that you
robot started robbing people.
the reason that you didn't is that you had diarrhea like out of nowhere.
Pat, I'm not gonna have diarrhea to the point that I can't question this guy about my fucking thieving robot. You know what kind of shit this puts me in? He looks just like me.
Right. So you eat the spaghetti and meatballs, and you're kind of in your
Pat,
you're asking the Aaronbot 3000. You're like, well, "What the fuck? Who was that guy?" And he's like, "Oh, that's." And you like fall asleep immediately. You wake up and you check the Discord as usual. First thing you do every morning, and they're like, one of them just says like, "Hey, has anyone seen my husband? Like, he didn't come home last night, which is
what the
weird
fuck, Pat?
because his car is out front, but he never. I don't know where he is." You're like, "Huh." But you forget all about that when you smell the delectable breakfast that is
I'm
waiting
not
for
gonna
you.
forget about this, Pat. You keep saying that I'm gonna like react in a way that I would not. I'm not gonna forget about this guy. I'm not gonna forget about a missing man when my robot has just started like becoming a bad robot, you know? I'm not just gonna sweep this under the rug because I smell bacon and eggs.
Bacon, eggs, and pancakes. So you like rush into like the kitchen and sitting at your kitchen table is like this man who's like clearly dead.
What the fuck?
And you go,
I call Brandon Casanova immediately.
so you turn to grab your phone, and then suddenly like the hamster is like shoved into your mouth.
Are you fucking kidding me? What are
Down
you
your,
into my mouth?
into your mouth and down your throat, and you kind of go like, "Wah!" And you just like fall right over.
What the fuck, Pat?
And then you hear above you hear he's been neutralized.
What the
Initi-
fuck? This
initi-
girl
initiating Project Death.
Project Death,
You
Pat.
hear like somebody, you hear like the Aaronbot 3000 walk across your living room and like open the front door. And about the last thing you hear as you suffocate to death is just the screams of your neighbors.
God damn it.
You don't know what he does to them, but it does
The Hill
not sound
people.
fun. Yeah, the hill people have all been slaughtered by the Aaronbot 3000.
This
Uh,
fucking sucks. This I'm just pissed. You know, this was so stupid. This was pointless.
but nobody knew that it was a robot. They all just thought it was you. And
Yeah,
so
great. Okay.
you go down in history as the Hillside Slayer of Los Angeles.
Fuck you. That sucks. That sucked. That was why was he wearing boxer shorts when I met him the same way thing I was wearing? But he had like been in existence for a long time already. Like this was so stupid. Brandon Casanova, what a worthless asshole. Sitting outside my apartment, lurking outside my home.
Yeah, you had to monitor the Aaronbot 3000.
Yeah, great. Well, he did a wonderful job turning it into a criminal. I hope he
Yeah.
dies in all this too.
Well, you don't know because you're fucking dead.
Oh well, fuck you.